How about transforming a twiggy garland and bringing it up to date for the summer season and decorating it with fake flowers? I'm Julie from Julie Davis Flower Workshops and Flower Start, the online flower arranging classes. Come with me and I'll show you how I'm going to transform this twiggy wreath that I made at Easter time and use it to decorate my front door for a summer party. So what I'm using today is my twiggy wreath, and I'll put a link to that in the description box. I based it on a metal ring that you can probably see just running along here, and then attached silver birch twigs and some weeping willow twigs in, using ties of pipe cleaner just to hold everything in place. I've got my hot glue gun here just heating up, and then I've got a garland of flowers, and I bought this as a garland, and I had it twisted round, and that was hanging on a door as a little informal door wreath. And I thought what I would do is to take off the individual flowers and glue them onto my twiggy garland to make something more impressive to decorate my house ready for my summer party. So using a sharp pair of scissors, I've got my floristry scissors here that have a special cutting part for cutting through wire. If you don't have floristry scissors, you might need to use pliers or wire cutters and go through and cut off the flowers that you want. And I'm cutting them reasonably short because I don't actually need much of the stem here. I'm going to put my glue on that. So I've got a few flowers here to get me started, and I will take my hot glue gun, just being careful not to burn myself, and to put some glue on the original stalk and then spread it along some of the petals just so it fixes really well. So I'm not overusing the glue, I'm just sort of giving it a dab round, and then push that down into the wreath until it dries and give it a bit of a shake to make sure it's not going to fall off. You could position your flowers whatever you want them to do, and what I would suggest is that before you start, you should just roughly place your flowers where you think you might want them to go. If in doubt, I would suggest building up one section of your door wreath, and it will look finished even though you know it isn't really. So just creating an accent area. So I shall carry on with my gluing. And here's the wreath so far, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I finish adding in all my materials. And here's my dooring so far, just adding more and more flowers and then deciding when you want to stop. So I started off here with a bigger flower and just set some flowers off either side so they weren't all just on the top surface. Sometimes your dooring can look very static like that, so you do need to have things on the outer edges and on the inside edges as well. And then I snipped off some of the greenery as well, just to break up the mass there. And because I know I haven't got enough flowers to go all the way around the dooring, I then started coming up this side as well. So actually my dooring's got this central area here, and then it spreads out either side. And so I have got a few more flowers left, so I might as well use those. So the same thing, taking my sharp scissors or your wire cutters or pliers to trim off the individual stems and the bits of greenery. And there where you think you've got a gap, just a bit of glue, quite a sort of light dusting of glue, but I go all the way around the base of the flower so it's got lots of points of contact with the glue. And where you think you've got a bit of a gap, you can nestle that down in and just start building up the wreath. Where you think, whatever pleases you really. These little sprays, I don't know if they're supposed to be cherry blossoms. They make a good contrast to the larger roses. I'm going to take those out to the outer edges, so where the roses are quite large, and then it gets smaller and smaller out towards the sides. There's another bit of the blossom there that I've missed. Come out on the edge there. Another rosebud. Here I can go down the length of the stem, and then I can slide that in between the twiggy branches, and that will grip on. And And then I've got something that is distinctly a rose leaf, so I'm going to put it in next to my rose. That makes sense. That's my biggest rose there. If I lift up the petals and slide that down underneath, you see I've got a rose petal leaf there and a rose leaf there, and it just sort of accentuates the fact that that's the middle of my door ring, and it's building up either side. So you can put lengths in as one piece or cut them down and make two pieces. As I say, you put in as much or as little as you like. That might be dictated by how much time you've got or how many flowers you've got. Putting the green in just gives a nice bit of natural movement. Green leaves and flowers, they just naturally work together. If you only had flowers, that would look really beautiful as well, really full and opulent. That's my glue stick just falling out of my glue gun. I'm just about finished this length of glue stick, and the next one wasn't quite ready to melt down. So coming through with my last few pieces of green, having a look from a distance at where I want things to go. This nice bushy bit which will catch the breeze and just give a sense of natural movement, so it's not a static arrangement. And there you have it, the finished door ring. So I do hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and then you'll always get a little message letting you know every time I've uploaded a new video. I'll see you another time.